Hey everyone, welcome to the webinar. We'll be starting in exactly 3 minutes. In the meantime, enjoy a couple of videos. Which do you prefer? The one on the left or the one on the right? The one on the left or the one on the right? The one on the left or the one on the right? So why does your inbox look like this? LeanMail. It's more you. Hi everyone. If you're just joining us now, the webinar will start in just 2.5 minutes. Stay tuned.
My name is Tony Bach.
I'm Catherine.
My name is DJ Duarte.
My name is Zach Evans.
Denmark.
Borough, Delaware.
UK.
Beautiful Yamaguchi, Japan.
General manager of 2 hotels.
Planning and logistics manager.
The owner and founder of Makoto Flow Limited.
I've been using LeanMail now for about 2 weeks.
About 12, 13 years.
3 years.
And I have to say, I'm a big believer.
The days of you dragging and dropping your emails into folders or searching for somebody's name or project is gone.
My world changed in regards to using emails.
I couldn't do my job as well as I do without it.
And it's really helped to alleviate a lot of the anxiety that I used to feel.
Truly impact your productivity and effectiveness.
For the first time, I felt that I was in control of the emails and not the emails controlling me.
I won't be without it.
It's been great.
Essential thing of my workday.
Amazing.
Continuing to perfect my LeanMail skills.
Keep me and my mailbox organized.
Between 80 and 150 emails a day. LeanMail.
Shout out to LeanMail. Thanks to Esther.
So get on board.
Time to buckle up those seatbelts. We'll be starting the webinar in just 1 minute.
Put the needle on the record.
Hi and welcome everybody. Antonio Bibovski, the CEO of Antext, is with us today. Hvordan går det, Antonio?
Det går godt, Michael.
Det glæder mig rigtig. Antext is based in Copenhagen, as is LeanMail, but not only do Antonio and I have this shared as the home of our companies, we also share a great affinity for North Macedonia, where he has his roots and where I spent a year as a fellow, as a conductor of the National Radio and Television Orchestra many moons ago. And that is actually one of the reasons why I connected with Antonio in LinkedIn. We've never met in person in the nearly 2 years I've known you, Antonio, but I'm expecting Domashno burek, ajvar I shopska ensalata when I visit you in Copenhagen. Dobro?
No problem. Michael, you just come over to me. I will serve it for you.
Excellent. So, and Antonio is a self-proclaimed tech geek and a passionate F1 freak. And today he's going to introduce us to his brainchild, Antext, which is an award-winning add-in for Outlook that allows you to leverage branding tools in your emails and enable you to customize your emails in all kinds of ways, everything that you've dreamed of but couldn't do before. Before we begin, I want to let everyone know that they should feel free to ask any questions during the presentation in the chat section. So don't open up your microphones. I don't know if you can, but please stay to the chat section. So Antonio, let me start out by asking you, what email branding is and why it's important.
Okay, Michael. Thank you very much. Thank you, first of all, for having me today and this fine introduction that you made today. Very, very nice, both in Danish and in Northern Macedonia. Nice stuff. So what is email branding and why is it important? Let me go to your question directly. Email branding refers to the use of visuals and to help your business stand out in your current and potential customers' email inbox. So without awareness, you will not be seen. And it's mostly important to be seen in this role, right? So we are all fighting for that all our emails will be read first. So you need to have to be a unique. So the uniqueness that you have today is your branding. I will tell you much more about the branding, and today I also will show you the importance of it. But I have a completely new way of doing this with this tool that you will see today. And what you don't know is you already are using some of these tools. So it will be a breaker for you.
Well, we're using a lot of these tools, so that's for sure. But go ahead, continue.
No problem. I will just try to see if I can share my screen. Is that all right?
Sure.
Here we go. So let me just go.
Sorry, before you begin, I just saw your little accolade there for the award. What did you win that award in?
Yeah, the thing is, we won this award and we're very proud of it for the best Microsoft 365 app in the category best app overall. So we're very glad that we could receive this achievement from Microsoft themselves, because they saw that we have done a lot of beneficials for their customers. Great. So this was in 2019, but we are still living on this brand today with our app award.
Right.
So let me just try to start somewhere. So when we are writing emails today, let's say that we answered an email, we probably just do it in plain text. And some of you maybe have stored some of your phrases in Word, Outlook folders, OneNote, Evernote, etc. And what you do normally will be just copy and paste. Use it from there, but do you know how much time you use on these operations? Probably not, because this is just a daily operation you don't even think about. You just do it automatically. So how about if I told you that you approximately use 5 to 8 minutes to write the same email, depending on if you must find the right attachments or not. So how about if we could minimize these operations and not only be able to send your answers, but even be able to get them out with your messages and branding needs from your company. This is what we are working for. And one thing.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Antonio.
No problem.
Just thinking about what you're saying, how we all have our different ways of storing the messages, and then we'll grab them and put them into an email. And as you said, just kind of text. We've been, of course, improving those processes for many years. And so we thought we were actually pretty good at it. And then you came along with Antext, and it's a very big difference to have it right there where you need it. And I think a lot of people probably think they already have a pretty good system with drafts and so on. But it really is a game changer, I have to say. Really good stuff.
Great.
Please continue.
The thing that I also want to say, which is very important now in these days, is that plus 70% is reading our emails on their phones. So you must have your emails to look awesome or nicely on the mobile devices. It's a must today. And I still receive this day today a bunch of emails that are not responsive, and that's a shame. So how do we engage today in our emails? You probably already know it. It's in your auto signature. It's the only place where you can engage. And you engage with your contact info, your social media channels, you sign up to your newsletters, your videos, and so on. But who is clicking on these engagements? Do you measure them? I'm just pointing out some stats as well here, because it's very important that you know how it is when we are talking about emails. Two figures that I want you to remember first is 121 and 40. This is the average office worker who receives around 121 emails every workday, and he sends out 40 emails. So let's say that we should have a trade-off between sending general plain emails to save time. This will expense of our engagement, or maybe customize each mail, which will be a lot of time consuming. That makes us to the next stat. And the customized email has a double open rate. So it's 30% that will open your email if it's customized. And what I mean by that is personalized. So instead of saying, dear client, dear partner, dear customer, dear member, say, dear Antonio, dear Michael, dear Esther, and so on. And
so,
maybe,
Antonio, let me understand this a little bit better, because when you say open rate, I'm thinking the only reason somebody's going to open a mail is because they see that it's from the person that they know, or something in the subject line is going to let them know that. Can you actually put a name in the subject line as well?
yes, this is where we are differentiating a little bit here, and we are a little bit different, because what we do is we are letting you tell us where you want to have your merge fields, that we call them. We are the first ones who has created merge fields directly in your Outlook, and you can use it in your body one-to-one or one-to-many. So this is not only just writing an email and an auto signature. Now you can get it opposite way, where you can take some of your messages up at the top. And let's say that you have some of your messages up at the top, then you maybe also can get your purchase easier for all your messages in the beginning. 80% of the customers who get a personalized email are ready to purchase.
So what I get from this is, first, you're going to get them to open up your mail because you're going to personalize it. And then when they open up your mail, it's not just the bottom of the mail. They have to scroll all the way to the bottom to get to the juice there. But actually at the very top of the mail, they'll be able to conduct some actions and actually purchase an item if they wanted to directly from your email, even if the email wasn't really about purchasing an item, but it gives them that opportunity because you're creating links.
Correct.
Great.
And let me just show you some examples. Now we just do it in PowerPoint. I will also show you live in a second. But this is two normal emails. This is one on the right where you have an email where you just have an answer for a recruiter for an interview, where you just have to give a reply. You probably have some of these fields that you have to change. And on the left-hand side, we know this. Everybody has an out of office, and some of us even don't have it that long, but there's a missing opportunity here. So instead of doing this, how about doing like this? Because when I take it to the right now, I have my name, my date, my time, my address. You see them in a bracket and a hashtag, and those are merge fields. These merge fields would come directly up to your right, and you can just write in your values, and with one click, it will just replace the values. If you take out of office, how many times do you get an out of office like this one that I've shown you here? Never, right? Because you only have this one line or two lines. But in here, you have the opportunity to give some more call to actions, some links, and it looks perfect, right? So you have some branding opportunities here, which is missing today.
It certainly helps us know the person a little bit better, feel like you're being taken care of. And I have to say, that looks very professional, right? So it's not just like a computer talking to you. It feels like there's a person behind this, so I agree.
Yeah, and those that you know today is something like this. I had to divide it up in two, but this is like a long email. It could be a newsletter. as you're receiving every single day, and where you have all your stuff. But what we are doing is we are doing the completely same thing that you are doing one-to-many. You have the opportunity to write like you receive a newsletter today, with the same graphics, with the same opportunity, with links and all that stuff. And that will make you unique. That can maybe be the one that will take your email and read your answer instead of reading some dull plain text, right? So just to sum of this up.
Sorry, before you leave that,
Yep.
When I look at this, if you could go back, yeah. So when I look at this, I'm thinking this is like a landing page, right? This gives me on the top menu there, this gives me the opportunity to actually bypass having to write you and do all of that and go to your services or go to your blog or even contact you for an order or get some help. So I don't have to click on some button to go to your homepage and do the same thing. It's all in front of me. And I'm not sure that people realize in our audience just how important that is, because every click away you are from an action that is a sale or a service, it costs money, right? It's very difficult to get the consumer with as few clicks as possible. And this is really making a shortcut to those next actions. So I really think that's great.
Yeah, and if I just sum it up for the key branding elements that you have in your email body, this is about it. Because what you have here is you have some images that you can use as social media, some font, uniqueness, and all these are wrapped up at the bottom in your signature. And if we take the example where I say that plus 70% are reading on the mobile devices, then you will never get down to the button. You can try to think when the last time was you clicked on something at the bottom of an email. Probably never, right? So what we provide you with is a possibility where you can bring your engagement at the top of your emails with your links and everything. So how can we then streamline with ANText? So how can we help people with saving 30 minutes per day on repetitive emails? How do we make your auto signature stronger and better? We cannot remove your auto signature, but we can make it stronger and better. We use what you already know. We use the drafts. The drafts is our key. Today, when you have a draft, you just create a draft, you send it, and it goes to your sent items. Then you are pulling it back to a folder, or you copy paste from a Word, as I told before. You're doing a lot of copying and pasting, and it takes time. So instead of doing all that stuff, you save that, because the draft that we are using in ANText are stored, and you can use it a million of times if you want. And they are also organized in your own structure, and you can also share it to your organization's employees. So there are three very good saving issues that you have here. We made a simple add-in that gives you unlimited merge fields that you can give your own names with, and you can use it for one-to-one or one-to-many operations.
Just to remind people what a merge field is, right? Those are those areas in the email, such as a person's name or the date of an event, where you can change on the side, not in the mail directly, but on the side, so that each person that's receiving the email is going to get it personalized.
Yeah, that's correct, Michael. And we also have another key player that many are suffering from today. This is when you are sending your newsletter and it goes directly to the spam folder. We are minimizing this for everybody because we are using always your domain. We are not using a mail server of our own, and we can even create a way to make email automations without knowing one HTML code. So what is not to like, as I say always? So reuse your Outlook draft and much more. But I think if it's okay with you, Michael, and all the audience here, maybe I should just try to see if I could show you something.
Great.
Let me just, I have something here on, and let me switch. Look, it's here. Okay, now I'm in Outlook. So I'm directly in the inbox, and let me just show you how easy it is. I just click one time on the email, as I do 1 million times every day. I choose my antext. I take my antext folder, and I have all my drafts ready here, either directly in the root or in a folder. And now I can just say, okay, the template that I want to use is this one. When I click on it, 3 things happens. The first thing is it inserts your template nicely with the design that I have chosen. This is where I'm talking about now. I can answer the client or the member or the partner or the customer, whatever.
So I'm sorry, Antonio, in this case, you're doing a one-to-one email?
Yes.
Fine.
This is a one-to-one email, and this is where I put everything up at the top that I want to engage with. I want them to maybe look at my Facebook, my LinkedIn, or other social media. I have some links to my homepage that is very important to me. Maybe some of them will click when I'm answering this question that I got in an email. Also, the merge fields, they're coming in here. These are the merge fields. They're in a syntax with a bracket and a hashtag, and you can make it whatever, you can call them what you want. I have one here, name. I have one here, product. I have one a little bit further down, date start and date end. All of these are appearing here at the right-hand side. So I don't need to go in and then change the name now as we do today. So I can say, hey, this is for Michael. I want him to look at antext, and it should be 12th November to 14th of November. With one click now, changes everywhere. So Michael.
So I'd like to point out, because I remember, when we first started using this, we thought, well, we were using a yellow pen on the places where we needed to change things.
Yeah.
And, we thought we were pretty smart with that. But the truth is we made mistakes. And, it just takes one embarrassing moment like that to say, oh, I wish we had a better way. But I think another really important thing to note for the people who do that kind of workaround is that when you have, those 4 boxes that you have to change, it's so darn easy not to make a mistake and to make sure that you've taken care of everything just by going to those top boxes, fill them in, you're done, you keep moving, instead of like looking over the mail and checking it out and all those things that we do if we don't have a great process.
That's correct. And also another thing with this is also about this attachment. Many times we are looking for the right version or the latest version, and that takes time. So the ones who are controlling all the masters are responsible for having all the right versions updated. So when you are choosing this template in your organization, then the right attachment will be attached, and you will also have the text, and it will be uniform for everybody.
So that begs the question then, Antonio. It sounds like you're able to share this with your whole organization. It's not just one person who has antext, but everybody that does have it gets to share this folder with all these templates. So everybody's using the same templates to make that consistency. Is that right?
Yeah, it's working this way. It's like you said, Michael. So you have a couple of girls who are controlling all the templates, and then you just share your folder where all the templates are. I don't have someone right now, but in here you will have them, and then you can just add them with an email, push them out with an email, and they will have a button where it says, okay, this is your shared folders, and you can start using them. So it's very, very, very easy to use. And this is approximately what I can show you of one-to-one email, because there's a lot of different things that you can do with one-to-one emails. You can put GIFs in your top if you want, so with some animation. You can have your menu bar that we have already. You can, this is SA Cruises who is creating them a little bit different. With own fonts, you can make even more advanced section fields. So this is like some things with toggles coming up instead of only values. So there's a lot of opportunities of using merge fields one-to-one. And if you have your calendar today, and like a meeting today where you just say, in the subject line, meeting with LeanMail or whatever, you probably just have a blank in your agenda. With Antext, you have the opportunity now here to create the agenda and go directly to what is the case instead of talking about what should you go through, right? So everybody are prepared. You can attach a file and all that stuff, and you still have the opportunity to make call to actions.
So this is kind of begging the question, what if you're going to send something to lots of people at the same time?
Yeah, this is the other operation. This is one-to-many, and many people knows this like mass emails, bulk emails. We have a little engine for that as well. And what we use there is we use two things. We still use the drafts, because that's our designer. You can call it. You design a draft, and then I go in and I use another. Let me just show you a template here. I use another field called Excel-col:(A). This is a little bit different merge field, but when I open my Excel sheet here, where I have all the people that I want to send to.
So you're bringing up your mailing list right now?
Yes, this is my mailing list. And today I've just put up some of the attendees here. So I have some names, I have some emails. And the thing that I can do here is I can say, okay, in this case, I have column A is my name, but if you are exporting it out from your system, Michael, it could be that you have your name in column J, right? So when you are building up your template in Antext, you then just change A to J. So you can just see it as this. There's every single column you have here is a potential merge field in your templates. And then you just go in and create a new email and just do as we did before. This time we just need to go down to the folder events and take the Merry Christmas. Then I go in here on home and choose And Excel, which is the feature that is called And Excel. It will be called one-to-many soon because people are not understanding event and newsletters that much. Then I click next. I give it a name. And then I have to tell Antext in which column do you have your emails. I have them in C. So I close this, enter C. And the reason why I closed it was because I have now to go and browse down to the one that I just closed. And then I can click next. And now I will open the Excel sheet with all of the emails. And the reason is that I can get a very easy preview. So if I choose this one, I can see it merge with the name Tony. If I take this one, it says May and so on. So it's just a quick way of finding out if it's merging correctly. And from here, I just click next, and then we are
So
setting.
when you say it's merging correctly, people might think that sometimes it doesn't merge correctly, and actually it's usually, well, almost probably always an error 40. Somebody has put the wrong field in.
Correct.
You put in C, but somebody might have put in B because they remembered wrong. And then, oh no, I put in the wrong field, and they could go back and change this. One thing that I recognize from watching you demonstrate this is, well, there's a little bit of work to do to get this going. But what I think people may not realize is how much work it is to do a personalized email if you don't have a tool like this. And some people are using things like MailChimp or other tools. And I wanted to bring up the thing that really sells this the best way about that. And that is that it's coming from your real mail address. So it's not going to land in spam.
Correct. And the thing with this is also that we are sending from your email, and that's why it will not come into your spam or the recipient's spam folder. Right now, I'm sending from this email. Probably this is not the best email, but if I took one of the attendees' domains, they will probably have a company name, and then it will be fine. So here, I can just click on these options where I have add unsubscribe links. I use it for newsletters, but Antext can be used for much more than a newsletter. It can be used for everything that you want to send out with. And we are just recommending about 2,000 per campaign. It should be covered pretty good. And then we also have like a signature. We have if you want to save your copy and your sent items, but right now I just click next. And the thing that happens now is we'll just start the engine and sending out. So the idea is here, I'm just closing this preview. I can go to a new meeting. I can read another email or whatever, and then I can come back, let's say tomorrow. And then I can go into my Antext again. And this time, instead of creating a new event or newsletter, I can just follow it. So what I can do directly and from my Outlook, I can just go directly in and find the LeanMail. What did I call it? I call it Christmas LeanMail 1. And in here, you can see it's starting sending. So it's estimated it will take about 6 minutes. We will not wait.
So just to go a little bit slow here, it says that it's active. It's going to send 26 emails. It has sent one because it's sending them not too fast. Otherwise, it'll tip the server into thinking that you're sending spam. There goes the second one. Nobody has read any of them yet, but we can't expect that to happen that quickly. But I suppose within a few more seconds, we'll start to see people reading their emails. And I'm thinking, can you actually see who has read? Could we actually explore who has read their email when they've read it? Do we know?
Yeah.
So that to me is incredible.
Yeah.
Right?
We have a quick statistic information right here where we're standing now, where you can see this where it says read emails, and when somebody has opened it and seen it, it will change. And we also have a little more advanced statistic, which is not that advanced, but where you can copy a link and then you can just insert it. Let me see if I can find the browser here. This one.
While you're doing that, I just want to go back to that little bit, the fact that you can see who's opened it. We all know, when we're marketing, when we've tried to reach somebody X amount of times, and X replaced with 20, and we're wondering, does this person even get my emails? So you could actually use this for one person, just to see if this person is opening up your emails. And if you find out they are and they're just ignoring you, you can move on, right? So I think it's a great kind of snooper tool as well.
Correct. The thing that many people are using it for is to send information out and just see if people are reading it. And those who are not read it will just receive a new email, and the other ones, they will probably contact them. So in here, I have my Excel sheet that I just opened. And right now, there will probably be nobody who's read it. But anyway, this is just so you can see what you get. You will get a visual something here. At the time when I was creating this, there was sent 5 emails, 20 was still in there. Okay, there was one just managed to be read. So that's cool. Then I can go into my data and I can now see all the data that I have here. Here are the old emails. Here I have those who was not sent. Here's those who are sent. So the thing is that I very quickly could see who was have read their emails. You can see here it's changed again. So a second one has read it, and we're still remaining 14. You don't have to wait like we are doing right now, but it's just to show you what you can do. And it's very, very easy. And you talked about MailChimp and similar products. They have different options as well. But first of all, you have to export things into their systems. So you have like a database. We don't have any database. So all the GDPR and all that stuff is in your hands. So we don't take and have all your customer data. You are having the data on your devices, on your PC, Macs, whatever. And then you just point down to them. And use
sounds
them.
like it simplifies your GDPR because you don't have to keep track of all the different places where you're putting information. Instead, you control the GDPR in your system, and that's it. Because if you're deleting the things you should be deleting, then they won't come into your emails and so on. So I think it helps simplify that quite a bit.
Correct. And the thing also with tools like MailChimp, many of the customers are using the free version where you just have to send from their email server, and that will make it even worse about spam, because you have to add the recipients to your what do you call it, to your safe senders list. And many people will not do it. So probably you just be in your spam and it will be deleted. But with this kind of tool, you will not have that opportunity, because it's like you are sending an email as you do normally with a question you have received.
That's great.
So if I could just go back again here, and just because people are saying, okay, this is looking very good, Antonio, but how about creating these emails? How do I create an email? Is it very easy to make a template? And the answer is, yep, it is very easy. Because the only thing that you do, we are still using the drafts, remember. We don't have any design tool. We don't have anything. The only design tool we have is the tools you already use. So if you're very good at your graphics in Adobe, Photoshop, Illustrator, all these kind of tools, Canva is also a tool that people are using. Make your graphics there, and when you are finished, you can just grab the picture. Now let's say this is a picture that I just created, and copy paste it, and now I'm making a one-to-one template and not a one-to-many. So here I will just write name. I will copy this, and we hope you bought your present for your family, and we'll join products. Make a event, something like Then I just make another one here. I will tell you what ML stands for in a second. And just say personal. Okay, now I have some fields. I just call it something here. I call it LeanMail 1 and save it. So this is completely the same stuff that you can do today. This is nothing with antext. So I just close it. And what normally will happen is it goes directly into my draft. And now the secret is you just drag and drop it up to your root in antext or in one of the folders. So if I have it here in my antext, it's ready for use. And you will receive this folder from us the very first time that you will click on antext when you have added it. So now I can go in and create a new email, go down to my antext, and then find the LeanMail 1, and bingo, here we have it. My 3 merge fields, name, and here you can see the difference. The difference is it's multi-line. So here I can say this is a text, blah, 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 and go on and go on.
So let me ask you this. If you wanted to add a couple of more merge fields to this, could you do that on the fly?
Yeah, you can do that.
Could you show me adding another merge text field here?
Yeah, in here, when I update it, now I've updated. So this is not the master. This is the one where I use it. So if you want to edit, you need to do it in here. You always have to be in your antext folder. So okay. I can. So you cannot do it when you have inserted it, when you have created new.
Okay, just go back to the template, fix the template, and come back.
Yep.
Okay. Now so I'm imagining a lot of people think, oh, I have to remember all these different things, and I think that's just the way it is. Every time you learn something new, you're going to need a little some instructions next to you to remember how to do each step. But probably the 5th time you do this, it's in your fingers already, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. Because today everybody knows what an Outlook draft is. The only thing that they need to know is a little bit about the structure. How is this antext folder coming up? And that will be very easy because you just have to log in, and we are giving you instructions when you are adding your add-in, with both in text and in video if you want. So it's 5 minutes operation and you're up and running. The most hard part, let's say so, is the designing, because you have to design a template in a draft. And that's maybe not something that you have done normally, but maybe you have a Word file and you can just take it from Word, copy it into a blank email, and drag and drop it up to antext, and it's ready for use. And then there are all these merge fields where you need to know how they are working, and we have a list and a description for that as well. So people are very fond of it.
And just so everybody knows, if you don't want to do your own artwork, of course you can contact Antonio or myself, and we do that for you. We have in-house people who will take care of the graphics for you and make some wonderful templates. But there are a number of templates included, right?
Yeah. So the thing here is how to get started with this. We have a YouTube channel where we have a lot of videos, both in because you're in Spain. We also have them in Spanish. The get started videos. You can book a 1-to-1 free demo. You can reach out to LeanMail. LeanMail today has also made it possible to get it directly from modules. So you see here there are different modules. We are here. You can just download it from there. And today we have like extra thing, because we have plus 20 free customers by templates. But today we will create. No, we will give you extra 10 if you just download today. And the pricing is very easy as well. It's $14.99 or $18.99. it depends if you want a watermark with our and at the bottom when you are sending mass emails or and Excel that we call them or not. And what we also will provide everybody today is you can get the Antex Business for the Antex standard price. So with that said, do we have any questions at all? Because
before we leave that, I just want to understand. So not only do you get the 20 free customizable templates, but you get an extra 10 on top of that, and you're getting the business monthly instead of the standard for the same price. For how long? For a year? For how long does that?
Yeah, we have it monthly, but if you want it for a year, it doesn't matter for us.
Still get the same price.
Yes.
Okay, great. So yeah, let's open this up to anybody who has a question. Feel free to post that in the chat, and we can field those questions. Well, thank you so much, Antonio. While people are coming up with some questions, thank you so much for the presentation. I don't use this as much as the other members of my team, but I know that they really enjoy this. It's been extremely helpful for them, and of course helpful for all of us. We have a couple of people writing some things, some nice thank yous. So if there are no other questions, maybe there might be a question. I think you've actually answered quite a bit of any questions that people might have. It's a fantastic tool, Georgina is saying, so thank you, Georgina. Yeah, my suggestion is, look, it's a free trial, right? You can just download it.
Yeah.
So download it, try it out, and especially if you can get to the part with the merge fields for multiple use, for multiple persons, one to many. This is an amazing time saver. And also, let me re-underline the fact that it is so effective because your mails, you know that they're not going into the trash. And this is the biggest problem I think we have with other types of mass marketing, that we don't really know if they're getting, or we do see that a lot of mails are being lost. They're going into the trash, and there's not much we can do about that. But here it's coming from our own email.
Can I just add something here, because probably people are reading a lot about iOS 15 at the moment and the privacy thing that's happening right now as we speak. Yesterday it was released, and the thing is that they are going to remove the tracking option for marketing tools like Antex and others. But we think we have found a way to open it anyway. So we will be glad if somebody would like to test with us, because it's just right now as we're speaking, this is happening. And we have figured out a way of doing the opening anyway. So you have the statistics safely. I don't know if everybody knows about this, but if you have an iPhone and you get the iOS 15, you will see a big change, a huge change about privacy.
Great, thank you. And somebody asked if the bulk emails go through their Office 365 or through AntMail's hosted server. And I think it's really important to underline this as well, that you're not getting anybody's emails, right?
No.
It's all self-contained in your own, if you have on-premise or if you have in the cloud, it's your stuff. Nobody is touching your emails ever.
No. When you are adding this add-in or other add-ins, you will probably get information about that we have to read and write and be able to see everything regards emails. But that's more a Microsoft question than we are doing anything, because this is just Microsoft asking permission that they can get their tool to connect to our add-in and nothing else, because we don't have access. It's on your tenants, so you have your own folders. We cannot see your emails, and we don't have the time to see your emails as well. So don't be afraid. the only thing that we store, just to make it clear, is your email address, because that's the connection, and the display name. That's it.
Great. So the same person, Jeffrey, is saying that most commercial servers limit their outbound bulk email, and that includes 365 and Office 365 and Google. So can you tell us a little bit about how that's controlled and what to do about that?
Yeah, that's correct. Because the thing is, when you are sending, when you're pushing out to 10,000 or something like that, then you can very easy get banned. But with this tool, we had this delay we are setting on the emails when we are using the bulk. So when I set 10 to 30 seconds, that option that I chose, then it means that the first email will be sent after 12 seconds. The next email will be sent after 17. The next email will be sent after 22. And this way, you will just be read like a normal email user. So we are not stamping emails sending out on the same date and time. So what we recommend is that you only use it for up to 2,000 emails per sending out. And then there's no worries at all. This is tested. We have been accepted from Microsoft, and that's one of the reasons we also got this award, because we found a way of doing it.
Excellent, excellent. Great. If there are no other questions, and somebody asked if this is being recorded, so if you missed the beginning of this webinar, it is being recorded. It will be online later on today. Any last words, Antonio?
No, the thing that I just want you to know is that we are not just stopping here. We are probably coming out soon. And when I say soon, this is maybe late this year or beginning next year, where we will just get the antics directly into your team. So you can just also look forward for that. I cannot tell you what we are doing, but it will probably be something with chats. So with that said, connect with me, go in and follow us on the LinkedIn showcase, where we are using a lot of time telling about email trends, tips and tricks, and all that kind of stuff. And that's all that I have. And I just thank you very much, Michael, for having me today.
Great, and thank you. And let's remember that if you go to anttext.com, is it no, there it is, anttext with 2 T's in the center there, .com, you can get your own free download, free trial download. You can also go to LeanMail.com and you'll find the Antext in our product section as well as in the drop down of our add-in. So many ways you can find it. And well, Antonio, thank you. And you know, still we haven't met each other. We've spoken so many times online, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in Copenhagen when I come out and visit. Or you know, you're very welcome to come out here to Barcelona.
Yeah.
So before we depart, Esther, could you tell us about our next webinar?
Yeah. It's not firm yet, but mark October 20th in your calendar at 11 a.m. Eastern Time or 5 p.m. Central European Time for the next webinar, and it will be featuring David Allen, better known for his best-selling book, Getting Things Done. We will send an invite to everyone, so just mark it in your calendar.
Great, thank you very much, Esther. Thank you all for attending, and looking forward to seeing you the next time. Bye-bye now.
Okay, bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.